What's the most painful thing you've been told? Interesting. Let's see what this is about.
I think it has to be probably when I was in 8th grade.
Nah.
You can't see it.
You gotta bag it up. You gotta bag it up. Bag it up. Bag it up. There you go. What's the most painful thing you've been told? Let's see.
A girl in my class told me I was one of the 2 ugliest boys in the school.
Oh my gosh.
Well over 40 years since I was in 8th grade. And to be carrying it still now, into the 5th decade is kind of crazy. Anytime I think I might be dressed well or look good, that does come back and haunt me. And just says, well, you're one of the 2 ugliest boys in our class.
Dang, that's messed up.
I guess I was stupid. Yeah, just like homework and like little things like dropping like glass. Me and my dad don't really have that good of a relationship right now because of like the way he's talked to me when I was little, but I was stuck like feeling stupid for a long time. Like I feel like I was like playing myself down for a lot of situations because of what my dad said to me in the past. So it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the most painful thing I've been told is
I be noticing sometimes, it's sad. I guess I do this too. I definitely do. Sometimes a smile covers the real pain and hurt that you feel. Like you can cover your pain and hurt and what you're going through with a smile. So sometimes you might think it's, even though you might portray a laugh or a smile, but underneath it's really hurt and pain. You're just covering it with a smile.
by my mother.
That's a tough like realization.
Okay, so the most painful
Or maybe it's
thing
just like laughing through the pain, smiling through the pain.
been told was by my mother when she essentially blamed me for my grandmother's death.
Jesus.
We were traveling, my grandmother was sick at home, and then she told me because I had said a swear word, it was just damn, like the word was damn. And then the next day my grandmother had passed away. She's like, because you said that, your grandmother passed away. I still hold that against her to this day. Like I
That's
can't
so
see my
messed up.
mom the same because of that. And I hold like incredible guilt like surrounding my grandmother's death.
That's
Do
so
you think
messed
you'll
up.
ever find healing from it?
No, I would have to like, unless my grandmother could like come back from the dead herself to tell me like it's not your fault, I don't think I could like ever get over it.
Really, bro? We just started. Get this commercial off here. That's tough. Dang, that's tough. Wow.
So when I was a child,
That's
I had it was a very violent childhood. And when I was about 18 years old, I got kicked out of my mom's house. And one of the things that she told me was to get the fuck out of her house. And she called me a piece of shit. I held on to that for the last 15 years almost. I've stemmed in all kinds of things, abandonment issues, thinking that I was a piece of shit, and essentially letting that mold a huge part of who I had become in my early 20s and basically until recently, to be honest. So yeah, I think that was the hardest thing that I've ever heard, was from my own mother.
It was my mom telling me, how could I ever be proud of you? Like,
Jesus.
when I came out to her. And that
It's just so hard to hear, but it's like, it's sad and very healing. I guess the healing part is because sometimes you notice how kind of what you go through, you're not the only one that goes through hardships. You're not the only one that has conflicts. You're not the only one that has tough relationships. You're not the only one that's been looked down upon. Sometimes kind of puts it into perspective of how much we all have been through these situations, how they've changed us, impacted us, but also how we can, and it's tough, how we can heal from it and move on and realize that we're not to blame, Yeah, we're not to blame.
That like always like sticks in my
It's tough.
psyche that, just like not being able to like my mom asking me, how could I ever be proud of you when you're not straight, whatever. So yeah.
It was,
These people hug.
I think my dad was really mad at me. He was mocking me because a year earlier I tried to kill myself, and he was like making fun of that. He said,
Dude.
"Oh, at least I'm not the kid that tried to kill himself.
Oh my gosh.
Your dad ain't never cared about you, and he don't give a f about you." I just started talking back to my dad now. Things have been good. When I speak to him now, though, he be the only one that seemed like listen, for real, for real. And it's like you live in a world where everybody has their own perspective and nobody wants to get to know anybody else's. But when I talk to him, I feel that. And he give me that idea that he really do care about what I got to think about, and that we not so different. And it's crazier too, because me and my dad got the same name. So it makes me feel like I do got somebody on this earth that understands me.
The most
That's
painful
love.
thing I was told was when my dad woke me up and told me that my Nana had passed away. Every day I find moments where I'm like, oh, I wish I could just like call her or like let her know like what's new in my life. I very much leaned on her when I was younger. My mom worked a lot. She was a young mom, so she took care of us for the most part. I would just say she embodied sunshine, like any room she walked in. If it was dark, it was light. She had this laugh that anytime you would hear it was kind of like a cackle. It was kind of annoying a little bit, but really, really funny. And you couldn't help but like laugh as well. She's just very special. Thank you for asking. It feels kind of good to open up a little bit, because I don't talk about it often, but I don't know, sharing just a part of her in my day like feels good. So thank you.
Yeah, what was her name?
Cheryl.
Okay.
It's,
Name is
come on,
Cheryl
man.
too.
The first thing comes to my mind is when someone I know told me that my brother is better than me in a lot of stuff. When I'm with my brother, I feel like I'm not there all
When you're with your brother, with
Uh-huh.
a lot of people, you don't show your personality?
yeah, because my brother is like show up to everyone, and I'm like in the back. And the most painful thing was when I entered to a room and someone said like, "Where's your brother? And why are you here?" Something
Wow.
like that, and that was like a shock to me. He doesn't know that I feel like I can't show me when I'm with him.
You've never told them?
No.
Does the way you feel and the things you were told, does it change how you feel about your brother at all?
That's a great question.
5 years ago, yes. Now, no.
That's good.
I go to therapy, so I
need to
can
go to
change
therapy.
that feeling, because it was a very bad feeling, because my brother doesn't have that fault, that what I was through. So no, I love him. Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
love
first
that.
time someone told me and my sister
love
look
that.
alike, I guess. Because, like, that's, like, my favorite person in the entire world, so telling us that we didn't look alike was kind of harsh. Like, my own blood, my own, like, person was not looking like me. We didn't act alike at the time, so it was weird. It hurt a lot.
They're
They're my
twins?
favorite person on this entire planet.
I don't know. But they do look alike. Yeah, they do.
I think in my
It's the
first
fan style.
relationship, I was told things like, God, you can't really do anything by yourself, can you? Or like, how would you survive without me? Just really demeaning things that made me feel like I couldn't be my own person. So really,
I love how close they put the camera onto everybody because you really get to see them. I think it's Storia. I love how she makes us see them. Like, makes us see them. You know, like, you can say personal space, but it's like, it makes you just get personal. And actually take in how they look, what they're saying, their eyes, their, like, everything about them. So it's actually like we're in the conversation. And that we see them because they're sharing some deep stuff. And the fact that they're vulnerable to share it is not only important and I hope hopefully helpful to them, but also helpful for us. Because if they can share, you know, their struggles, what they go through, their toughest part of life, then why can't? And kind of heal from it at the same time, or cope with it and try to figure out ways to deal with it. We can do the same, and we can also find our own healing, and our own way to like share those things too.
Sunk into me for a long time that I couldn't be by myself and I couldn't be my own person, and I needed someone to help me with everything in my life. And I knew deep down that that wasn't true because I'd always been very independent as a kid. But that person just sucked my entire soul into theirs and devoured it and spit it back out. And it took a long time to unlearn that and realize that that's not true. And that was their insecurity of knowing that if I realized that I could do anything myself, I would leave.
Yeah.
Now I live fully nomadically in my van. I've been doing it for 3 years, and it's been my dream since before I met that person. And I do everything by myself, and I feel like completely confident in that fact. And it's a really beautiful kind of like full circle moment.
Yeah.
So I've been complimented a lot. This is a compliment, but it's kind of painful to me that I'm such a very good listener and that I listen to people well. But I take it kind of as a painful thing to hear because I feel like I don't share my feelings enough, and I'm I don't speak a lot to other people, and so I feel like people never hear me. So I feel like when I speak, they don't listen as much as I do.
Big facts. I feel the same. I feel like I am great at listening, which makes it not hard for me to listen. But I'm great at listening to other people. But then when I try to get people to listen to me, they don't give that same attention. So now I start to lose the attentiveness to listen to others because I feel like they don't give it back.
My situation, I can't really travel.
That is a tough one.
So when my family travels out, they
As much as I do.
Because of my situation, I can't really travel. So when my family travels out, they express to me that they have to disconnect from me, kind of forget that I'm here, so they can enjoy themselves.
I think the most painful is just being told that you're too sensitive, and it hurts because it's the very thing that a sensitive person would not want to be told.
Yeah.
It makes them feel like they're not enough. They'll never be enough. No one will ever understand them.
Okay. I think the most painful thing I've been told is that I might never know what this is all about. Yeah. That this life might always be a mystery, for sure.
Before you go, have you gotten any answers as you've gotten older?
Just opinions, and none of them are really like answers, you know, because no one really knows.
Yeah.
What do you believe?
Take your time and enjoy the little things.
The most painful thing I've been told was something I was told, but I didn't even realize I was told, which is I was 45 and I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I lived my whole life, 2 children, a wife, you know, the house, San Diego, beautiful, everything great. And then I lost it. I lived on the street. I lived on the street in Mexico. I went to jail 5 times in Mexico. And then because of my sister, she's the only one that saved me. She saved me and brought me in, and I'm living in her place.
What was the most hurtful part of it all?
Oh, my kids. I was the go-to. The wife owned an advertising agency. She's lovely, she's awesome, but she's a worker. I worked from home and I had the kids, and they were my babies. And I just disappeared on them. And I mean, I was every day at school, everything, every soccer, doing gymnastics in the backyard, everything. And then I was gone and there was a babysitter, and boy, let me tell you, that didn't help them at all. That was hard to see. The hardest thing. I'm still feeling the effects. I just want to say that I'm in touch with my daughter all the time, and we're starting to patch up. And I see my son 3 times a week. And I'm working on a product now, a golf product that saves me. It was a golf product that me and my dad worked on, and we worked on it together, and then he died, and I bailed out on it, of course. But now I'm back. So I feel like it's a gift from my dad who is in heaven. What the product does that nothing else does is it provides a club face angle visibility. And it says if your club face and your putter path both are square and online. It uses a fused color, a blue color over a yellow color that makes it green, and when it's green, you know it's good. I am selling it on fusion.golf. It's ready to go right now.
Okay, it'll be linked in the description for my listeners. Check it out. There you go. Thank you so much.
Any golfers out there, it works, I promise.
That's cool.
Really good. Really, you'll be happy.
Yeah, helps you know how to go. That's cool.
Hey everyone, for those of you who are new, my name is Thoraya, and I'm the girl behind the camera. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I have a new episode up. And follow me on Instagram, I'll be posting more on there. As always, thank you guys for everything. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.
Thoraya, you're fire. Yeah, I love channels like this. Yeah, I love her channel. Ooh. Like, that stuff is powerful, bro. Powerful. Like, how do you react to stuff like that? How do you take in stuff like that? But the only way to take it in is like learning from people's experiences. Learning that and understanding you are not the only one that goes through these hardships, even when it comes to family, friends, whoever it might be, relationships in life, that you're not the only one who's been told these things, looked down upon, taken for granted. It's like it's all a part of life. I feel like that's why I hold so dear to God, because out of everyone who I feel like can turn against me or make me feel less about myself, maybe not even feel like myself, he's the only one that actually reassures me who I am, and to walk in that confidence and to heal from what others people have told me and like made me think about myself that wasn't enough, couldn't do it, was only one thing. It's refreshing. It's not only refreshing, I feel like having faith, but also refreshing, honestly hearing other people's stories. Because it's so powerful knowing that you're not alone. Even though it sucks that other people have gone through those things, it's like it's refreshing, because it's like, wow, the fact that they can stand strong, the fact that even in their pain they can still put a smile on their face, even through the worst of the worst that they endured, they still found a way to see a brighter day, to be brighter, to still reflect light, to still be positive, to learn from it. It's like, if they can, I sure can, Just understanding you're not alone when it comes to this path called life. You're not alone. So I love that. Yeah, I love that a lot. It's fire. That's beautiful. Anyone else has ever been through or has anything they would like to share when it comes to this, please share in the comment section. No judgment at all. I know for me, anybody else no judgment. This should be straight love, and listening, understanding. But I love conversations like these, because at least it helps us see each other as human beings. That we all struggle and go through this thing called life. Other than what you see on TV, the movies, the shows, all that, let's make believe. This is life. This is true stories. True stories. So yeah, if you would like to write anything or say anything, please put it down in the comment section. Would love to read them, to see it, hear your story, and if you share, I might even share it too. So yeah, subscribe for more content. That thumbs up if you like the video, hit the bell, be part of Post Notification family, and I'm out. Love, peace, and blessings to you all, family.